It's a new dawn, a new day, a new region for me. Welcome back, and today let's discuss APAC, the only RLCS region to have gone to a major and never won a series. APAC was added into the RLCS ecosystem at the same time as MENA, but unlike their Middle Eastern counterparts, APAC have been unable to find that same level of success as of yet. APAC gets to send 2 teams by default to the World Championship, and one of those teams is the Gladiators. The Gladiators consist of one of the oldest duos in APAC with Machu and LCT, who've been teaming since 2020. Machu, the Irish-Singaporean national, has been a top APAC player for as long as I can remember, having too many first place finishes to count and even getting a perfect split back in the 2021 season. He was at the very top of APAC for quite a long time. Coming into the current season of APAC being combined, he had to work harder. A lot more detail can be found about LCT and Machu here, as I made a whole video about this duo. The third on this roster is the first Icelandic player to make an RLCS event, OSM. The coach turned player for Gladiators. Since he joined, they have finally started to contend at the top of APAC and win some events over the incredibly talented team of Elevate. This event will be the last we see of the LCT and Machu as a duo, as LCT has been dropped from the roster and will be looking for a new third for future events. Will they have the kick teammate buff for Worlds, or will it come to hurt them in the end? This is a team for if supporting APAC is what you want to do. With 2 players on this team native to the region doing well means so much for the talent and growth of the region as a whole, so I certainly recommend cheating them on. The other of the APAC teams is Elevate. The dominant top dogs the whole season, Elevate have seemed untouchable at times throughout the 2022 season. Making the major in both fall and spring, only being beaten by Gladiators to make it to the winter major. Although the team has gone winless at international events, many believe they are the best chance APAC has since they have entered the RLCS. First on the list is Virtuoso. The Irish-Polish player moved over to APAC to compete on this Elevate roster. Having a previously star-quality performance on Endpoint in 2020, he was known as the Demo Machine and really made a name for himself in such a way, getting top 4 in RLCS X and top 3 in a few EU regionals as well. He was a great European player for quite some time, but eventually he fell off to the bubble where he was ready for a lot of the 2021 season. In 2022 though, he made a decision to move on over to Asia to compete in RLCS. One of those teammates that moved with him was none other than one of OCE's best, Kami. A player coming from New Zealand, he was one of the best to ever come out of the region, a part of that Chiefs roster that was able to get OCE's best ever international placement. Getting 4th for RLCS Season 6, he was able to remain at the top of OCE for years and years. Even in the 2021 season, Kami was still winning regional events and at the top of his game. Now when the offer from Virtuoso was made to move on to APAC, he took that offer with a lot of excitement. But who was it these 2 stars came to play with? It was none other than the godfather of APAC, Realize. The best player in the region to an undisputed degree for years, Realize is what defined APAC to many. In terms of results, he never really went through trials and tribulations, he just won everything all the time. Even in 2021, before Kami and Vert moved over, Realize was still the best in APAC. He was winning every single event he played in, and even now in 2022, especially at the most recent major, he doesn't seem to be slowing down from his stardom and is really putting the APAC region on his back with just how good he is. Realize has been a defining part of APAC Rocket League for so long, and that's why I think you should root for Elevate. I don't know if there's anyone more deserving of some international success than Realize, with the work he has put in for years with very little reward, to now finally having the opportunity in RLCS to perform on the biggest stage. Elevate are exciting prospects for APAC, and they might be the best chance for some upset wins at the World Championship.